The Mice and the Bell. Once upon a time, in a quiet house, a group of mice gathered for a meeting. Their home was peaceful, but there was one problem they could never seem to solve. The cat. It was always lurking, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. The mice were terrified, knowing they could never escape its swift, silent paws. But one day, the oldest mouse stood up with an idea. "Why don't we do something about it?" he asked, his whiskers twitching with excitement. "Let's put a bell on the cat. That way, we'll hear it coming and have plenty of time to hide." The other mice were amazed by the suggestion. A bell on the cat would certainly give them the upper paw. For the first time, they felt a glimmer of hope. The plan seemed perfect, simple, yet brilliant. They could avoid the cat's deadly strikes by simply hearing the bell ring before it even got close. The mice cheered, their hearts filled with excitement. They began to imagine a life without the constant fear of the cat's presence. No more hiding in shadows, no more darting around corners. They would live in peace. But then a young mouse raised a paw. "Who will put the bell on the cat?" he asked, his voice trembling. The room fell silent. No one spoke. It was clear none of the mice were brave enough to face the cat. It was one thing to come up with a clever idea, but it was another to actually carry it out. The cat was fierce and quick, and no mouse wanted to risk their life for a plan that, while brilliant, was too dangerous. As the mice thought about the task, their excitement faded. They could all agree on the idea, but no one could bring themselves to do it. And so, the meeting ended with no decision made. The cat continued to rule their lives, and the bell remained only a distant hope. Sometimes, it's easy to come up with great ideas, but putting them into action requires courage, something that the mice sadly lacked. And that's how the mice learned that good intentions alone aren't enough to change the course of fate. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.